pilots and special forces and things that where you're subject to get captured by the enemy. So during SEER school, won't go off into it, but during a survival portion where you're having to survive, kind of like Naked and Afraid, not really Naked and Afraid, I would say more like Alone. Um, we're starving, we're hungry, we're worn out, we're tired, haven't eaten for several days. On the run, doing what our thing, right? Won't go off into it, but we cross this road and it's an asphalt road. It's probably the first asphalt road we've seen in a few days. And as soon as we cross it, I just happened to look to my left and I seen a raccoon laying in the middle of the road.
We offer home, auto, commercial, builders, whips, and life is rich.
Oliver's good.
Oliver Shots is rich.
The John Neuron Podcast.
I mean,
Mike check.
looks like you got a good Blanton's right there.
Yes.
So good. I'm drinking Oval. So it's gonna be a great show. Tonight we're joined by Nathan's brother, Ethan Smith.
What's going on?
So this is gonna be a podcast with, if you went back and Nathan, do you remember what your podcast was?
It was the one with me and Chad. I don't remember what
What the number was?
No. I
It was
forgot.
Chad Jocko and Nathan Smith. Nathan, you're a vet,
Yep, that's right.
working in healthcare. Go back to that podcast. Talks about him having that stroke, changing his whole life to still work every day. It's pretty serious.
Yeah.
So go back and check that podcast out. But we're just sit around and talk about what's going on, and I get to meet Ethan. Ethan, what's up, bud?
Oh man, not much. I appreciate you having us on, man.
We'll get Nathan. What you got? When you called me, you said that you want to get your brother on. What was that? What was that excitement about?
Well, I just figured I want to get him on, since he's homeless and living with me now.
You went
Homeless.
there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
here we go. Here we go.
Wanted to kind of step up his life a little bit,
So, Ethan, what's a little bit of your background?
Well, I mean, the background doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess you would say I'm the same thing as Nathan. I mean, I'm from Van Cleve, vet as well, but I'm still active duty. I mean, if you want, I can go fully off into it and kind of
Yeah.
explain a little bit of
This is
everything.
like getting another person on the futon. This is us know what's going on.
Yeah.
Who is Nathan?
Yeah. Well, so I remember getting a phone call from. I mean, I'll go into it in full detail. I get a phone call from my brother, and he was in Iraq, and I'll never forget the conversation that we had. He called me, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Nathan." He's like, "Yeah." I didn't recognize the number. I was like, "Dude, what's up?" He's like, "Well, man," he's like, "You're not gonna believe it. I just got blown up." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "You serious?" And right now, in this point in time, like I'm considering, like I had an offer to go play baseball, and probably should have went and played baseball. That'd have been a lot more cool, a lot more fun, lot less stressful, if you will.
A little safer.
And I literally told him before we got off the phone, because I was at my mom's house, like contemplating, like, okay, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? After high school. And he's like, "Yeah, I got blown up." I said, "Well, shit, I'm joining the military." He's like, "No, you're not." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And he said, "No,
What?
he's like, seriously, you're not." So I literally drove to the old Gaucher Mall.
With the battleship painting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the old Gaucher Mall, go inside, walk in, have no idea what I'm doing. I was like, "I know I just want to be in the Army. That's it." You remember this conversation, right?
Yeah, because you told me you wanted to be a bomb technician.
Yeah, because he got blown up,
I said, you're too stupid to do that.
which I'm not dumb. No, far from it. But I mean, I could be. I don't know. Common sense wise, probably pretty dumb. So yeah, I went down there. I was like, "Hey," walked in. I was like, "I want to do EOD," and they're like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And they're like, "Well, it comes with a bonus." So I went down to the recruiting station, did all the paperwork and stuff, And my recruiter, who I'm still friends with, shockingly enough, he lives over in Mobile, great guy, was like, "Hey, you're not going to be able to do it." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Well, I made the score on the ASVAB. I did everything that I'm supposed to do." He said, "No, you can't do it. You have too many tickets." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, you got to get a secret clearance." I said, "Okay. Well, how many tickets do I have?" He's like, "You have like 13 unpaid tickets." I said, "For what?" They're all game warden charges from hunting. Yeah. Not having a license and stuff like that. I was young, dumb kid, right? So anyway, he's like, "Well, you can do 18 X-ray, which is special forces candidate." And I said, "Okay. What's the other options?" He's like, "You could be a videographer, or you can be a something to do with aircraft." I was like, "Well, those sound dumb." I said, "I'll do the 18 X-ray," because all I heard at the end of it was special forces candidate. I still had no idea.
This is like Chuck Norris vibes going in right now.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
no idea. I promise you. And I even told this to him like after I left basic. I was like, "I don't even know what a Green Beret is because you don't have your phone, so I can't research it." So I do the training for basic training, it's like infantry training and stuff like that. So I went through all that. Still had no idea what I was doing. I wanted to quit. I tried to quit. Like when I got done, I was like, "All right, I'm just going to be infantry." Well, I talked to him and he was like, "No, man." He's like, "Don't quit. Like, just keep going." So I just kept going and then got super lucky. I don't know what I mean, if you Google it, I really don't know what the success rate is. But as a 20-year-old or 19, 20-year-old going through um, Special Forces candidate school as an 18 X-ray, the success rate is extremely low.
What is an 18 X-ray?
It's basically when you enlist into the military, you can enlist into Special Forces.
Okay.
You can enlist as a candidate, which means if you fail at any one point in time, or you quit or you get hurt, you become an 11 Bravo, which is airborne. You'll be airborne infantry because they send you to airborne school. But if you fail before airborne school, you'll be infantry.
Or needs of the Army.
Yeah, so you'll fit the needs of the Army wherever they need you. But they don't tell you that when you're in the recruiting station.
Oh, okay.
I remember when he called me. So it was about a month later after that first conversation. I called him. I said, "So you joined?" He said, "Yep." I said, "Man, you gonna be a bomb technician?" He said, "No, I'm gonna be an 18 X-ray." I said, "There's no such thing as an 18 X-ray because you know what 18 series like they got identifiers after the number." And he's like, "Yeah, it's Special Forces candidate." I said, "You're an idiot. You ain't gonna make it." Fast forward 2.5 years later, his graduation. I'm like, "Oh well, dang. I guess I got to go do something different."
What so you had to do like the water bunch of stuff you see on TV, like you had to go and go to a desert. I mean, you had a lot of training to become a special forces.
Yeah, so
I only know this stuff from
yeah,
movies.
no, it's fine. Yeah, like the movies, like I mean, you're not going to see a lot of Green Beret movies. I think they came out with one a few years back. I think it was like Horse Soldier or something. Can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know.
They don't have a lot of movies about them because
They do a lot of Navy SEAL movies, so that's probably the training stuff you've seen was a SEAL
Just
training.
go in the water, hold your breath.
Yeah, well, yeah, but Green Berets is different. It's the Army. Like it's called Quiet Professionals. They don't like to broadcast it, if you will. They don't like to make movies a whole lot about it. But to give you a rundown on it, to become a Ranger in the Army, it takes 2 months. To become a Navy SEAL, it takes about 9 months to 9 months to 12 months. To become any kind of special forces in the Marines, for MARSOC, takes about the same 9 months to 12 months. To become special forces in the Air Force takes about 12 months to 14 months. To become a Green Beret, it takes about a year and 8 months.
So that's what you did.
Yeah.
That's badass. Like, so well, I mean, it's a lot of mental game too.
Yeah.
Because they're testing you on everything.
Yeah.
How you're like, how to live.
Mm-hmm. You got to
scenarios.
You got to be. If you're late, which I mean, we'll talk about a story later on being late and what they call during this time of training. I don't know if it's around anymore, but
We can go into the lateness, man.
yeah.
This podcast jumps all around. So if you got it on
But
your head right now with a story about being late, let's go for it.
yeah, so just one scenario. So I show up late and I literally text our class squad leader, whoever he is, whatever they call him, like, "Hey, bro, I drank too many Bush Lights last night. I am shitting profusely. Like I cannot
I've
go
been
to
there.
can't go to formation.
Yeah.
Like I can't be there, but I'm here. Like here's like we didn't have Snapchat or whatever. Like I couldn't FaceTime them at this point, but
It's called the beard shits.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, like I'm shitting. Like
Yeah.
I'm literally they form up right outside of my building. Like I can see right outside of my window where they're forming up. I'm like, hey, just tap on the window. I'll wave, but I'm shitting. Well, we had this cadre, I won't say his name, but he was adamant if you were fucking late, he was gonna kill you. And when I say kill you, they had this thing called the bag of pain. You know, those big giant military duffel bags.
Yeah.
You could fit about 140 pounds of corn, of deer corn inside those things. And the way they made you quit was if you were late, you had to carry that, like they got to mess with you with that bag of pain until the next formation. So I had to carry it, hold it up, like push up position, do squats with it, roll around with it, walk around with it, whatever their enjoyment was. But that's the old way of doing things. That's not how the military does things now. But it's just like old school, not really hazing, but
It's
they that's where they find that's where they find
hazing.
that's where they find out like if you want to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't quit. I quit them, physically. I couldn't really do much anymore because I had 4 hours with that thing. Literally, they were like, "Hey, go to that printer over there and grab our paper." With a bag of paint on my shoulders, I'm like, "Okay, sure, whatever you tell me." I was like, "I'm not quitting."
And you wonder why our backs messed up.
So
That's for being 10 minutes late.
so you go into you're going into this extreme training and you really you can quit, but it's not in it to, especially a school like that. How many people were trying to become a ranger when you were trying to compete
So, well, with the
or unit?
well, with the ranger thing, so like rangers are different than green berets. So rangers, they wear the tan berets, or you can get like a ranger tab or a scroll being part of the rangers. But green berets are different. Like it's a special forces tab. You wear a green, like an actual green beret. So those are kind of two different things, which get kind of misconstrued.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I've got it at my house.
Do you wear it?
No, I don't. It's actually got. I've showed him to. It's like it was in my bag.
But do you ever have to wear it like at a funeral and stuff? You ever?
No, not anymore.
I never see them. I mean, there's
most green
Well-
berets don't really wear headgear either, which is
Yeah.
kind of like it's kind of like the unspoken thing in the military. Like if you see a guy with special forces tab and he's not wearing headgear, you just don't say anything to him.
Yeah.
Because they're like the redheaded stepchildren.
It's like the Untouchables. You let them do what they're going to do.
I mean, I think that
Not that that's right.
They earned it. They earned the right to be
Not-
more lax on
Not that
uniforms.
that's right. Because most good, I guess, NCOs in the military, they'll tell you, "Hey, man, where's your headgear?" But as soon as they notice that tab on your shoulder, that conversation ends immediately.
So it's like it's a you made it badge.
They just kind of look at him like, "Okay, whoops."
Do you have that tattoo?
No, I don't have a tattoo of it. No,
Oh,
but I mean, I have it on my uniform and all that.
I mean, you're in the military, so I mean, there's so many different divisions.
Yeah,
There's a lot of divisions you'll have.
there's a ton.
Yeah,
there's a ton.
and so you get back here, and now you're moved into recruiting. So that's you finding people in recruitment same way you at the mall, or is it you got your own little office?
No, so I came back. I did a little small stint in law enforcement. Won't talk about that. That's terrible. I mean, to whoever listens to your podcast, law enforcement teachers, they don't get paid enough to deal with the shit they deal with. But I did that for a
Amen.
little bit,
Amen.
and that was terrible. I mean, you have to work 100 hours every 2 weeks just to make ends meet and get credit cards and all that shit. But Nathan, reached out to me. He's like, after I was working with law enforcement, he's like, "Have you heard of recruiting?" And he kind of hooked me up with some people that was in AGR.
Man, big bro throwing out them some, hey, let me help my
Yeah.
little bro out.
He
Well,
did. It was the best. I mean, honestly, that was the best thing that happened to me ever because it's the easiest job on the fucking planet.
I remember when he got out and he said, "Well, we'll go be a cop." I was like, "Don't do that. They don't make enough money." He's like, "Oh, this is the highest paid one in the state. I'm gonna go work here." I was like, "All right." I just know everybody that's done it before is not going to do it. And so, about, I don't know, 6 months later, I was like, "Hey,
About a
you like
year.
it?" And
About a
he's like,
year.
"I hate it."
About a year later, yeah.
And then so I was like, "All right, well, I got some connections. Call me when you want it." And then one day he called me and said, "Hey, can you reach out to that guy?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll call him." I think it was Summer Holiday, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Holiday and Nobles.
So I reached out to him, and then he called me back, and I said, "Hey, my brother's interested." He said, "Is it the one you was telling me about?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Can he still pass the PT test?" I said, "In his sleep." He's like, "All right, send him up here."
Can you go through like how does a person find let's say somebody's listening wants to join the army and you're a recruiter, how do they get in touch with you? Like what kind of things are you asking for them?
I mean, joining the army is not like it. I mean, I'll go off on a very small tangent. It's not like it used to be. A lot of people think it's like a back pocket thing. Now, the medical process to get in is so huge. Like they can pull, but most places can pull it, but the military has to pull it due to like disabilities and stuff. So they can pull what's called a Genesis record. So they will pull your entire health record. So it's not as easy to get in as it used to be. I used to be able to, when I first started, I was able to put in somebody in like 4 days. Now it takes like 21 to almost a month, even if you're in full clean bill of health. But to get in touch with us, it's easy. Just literally Google Mississippi Army National Guard, and it doesn't matter if you want to join the Army or the National Guard. It's super simple because we're going to help you one way or the other. Because I'm not going to steer
Are they still
somebody.
doing bonuses and stuff?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like just a ballpark a bonus that's happening, 2026.
Right now it's just 20,000.
Do you get it after you enroll?
As soon as you finish your training and you get to your unit, you get your first stipend, which is 10 grand of that 20,000.
And then you get the other one after a year, is it?
After basically after your first couple year commitment, then you'll get half, and then you'll get your other half the following year.
But you'll get paid for being on boot camp.
Yeah, you get paid full time. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a part time job, but I mean, you get the. They just signed off up there in the state. They just signed off like healthcare is free now for National Guard soldiers. We used to have to pay for family, but now you're doing a part time service. You get your full drill check, and you don't have to pay for insurance. They just signed that off.
What's the age limit now?
Eight. Well, it used to be 18 to 35. Now it's 18 to 40.
Oh, so if you may listening that's been interested in joining, I mean, definitely look up Ethan Smith.
Or just Google Mississippi Army National Guard, and we'll get you there.
So you, which is pretty high up there to make it on the ranking. And at this time, this is when you were out. Were you watching him climb the ranks?
No, so I didn't get out till what, 2021?
Yeah.
And so I was a captain. So the reason I went to officer school is because he was a Green Beret, and I was like, well, I can't let him show me up. So I became an officer because I knew at that point in my life I wasn't going through that kind of training. I was like,
Okay, what's the rank? Can anybody simplify the rankings?
Yeah, it's simple. You have enlisted rankings, which is somebody that doesn't have a degree, or someone that even if you have a degree, you're choosing to be enlisted. That's kind of like your workers, if you will. You have planners and people that are your like overhead level of a business. That's your officers. So that's 01 to 09. That's your ranking level. So that's officers 01 to 09. And then enlisted are basically your management. So the higher you get up in enlisted, you would be like, let's use Ingalls, for example, which everybody knows. Like Ingalls, you have your superintendents, and then you have the people that are upstairs, right? That's your officers, right? Well, your half hats, your foremans, your general foremans, that's your enlisted. soldiers. So that's the people that work to get to a point, and they spend enough time, they will get up to that's E1 to E9. So that's private all the way to command sergeant major. Command sergeant major is a very respectable rank. That's an E9. So 01 for officer is what? I mean, you know that more than I do.
Second. That's a second lieutenant.
And then 09 is 4
Oh,
star.
yeah, 4-star.
And what'd you end up finishing up at?
Well, I'm still in. I'm a E8. I'm a master sergeant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's high.
Yeah, 35.
Okay, that's high.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. You
So I was an E5, just a regular sergeant when I switched over to become an officer, and then I made it up to captain, which is 03. So.
and that's respectable too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many moving parts.
Well, and it's so competitive. I mean, you gotta on the listed side, there's a ranking system of how you get promoted and everything, and then on the officer side, it's the same thing. So you got to have all your PT scores, all your college credits, everything you do, awards, all that count to a score, and that score gets you on a list, and they got a cutoff number. So if you're above it, you get promoted. If you're not, try again next year. And so it's just one of those things that you got to keep doing.
It can even get even more competitive. Like for us, they only had 2 E8 positions in the entire state for recruiting. Well, we have 20. No, I said 27. I won't get off into the weeds on how many people we had. We had in the high 20s, low 30s for people that were E7s trying to go to E8. Well, they have a list. That list is generated from a board. You have to board for it. So you have like different parameters of this board that you have to max out your points in. So I made number 1 on the list. But even though I made number 1 on the list, the state decided that they wanted to have an actual interview board as well. Even though I was number 1 on the list, it didn't secure me that position. Even though by military standards,
You tested high.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, I was number 1, and then went to the interview and made number 1 at the interview as well. So it gets competitive, is what I'm saying.
Does it do now, since you do recruiting? Does it base it how many people you get in a month?
No, it's different sections. Not to bore everybody that's listening to death, because
it's interesting. This is a job. This is a life.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. So you got to have, like he was saying, like you have to have a certain, like your what they call NCOERs, like non-commissioned officer evaluation reports. It's whoever your boss is who evaluates you. They read those. Then you have civilian education. You have PT score, which has never been an issue. It's basically your career summed up into paper that you deliver to that board.
Oh shit.
And then they read over it and they look at it and they rank you basically what's called an MOI, which is I don't know the verbiage for that, but it's basically the MOI is like their grading scale. So however your career looks, put into their grading scale, populates these fucking goose eggs over here on where they're going to land. And it's not rated to the soldier. It's rated to the entire formation of people. They don't individualize it. It's literally, the military is the best at equal opportunity. They're the best Fortune 500 company on the planet. It's the fairest thing on the planet.
Yeah, like when I was in, they had your picture up there. But now they got rid of that, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so now they don't even know like who that soldier is. All they know is what you've done.
Are they loose on tattoos now, and have they changed stuff? I mean,
yeah, they're loose. You can join with a neck tat now. You can.
How about with cannabis?
No, still no.
No, they ain't gonna do that. If you're operating $1 million worth of equipment, they're not gonna let you do anything that's mind altering.
Well, it's that too, but it's the amount of time it stays in. I think it's the reason.
Yeah, because they can't actually test if you're high. Then you can only test if it's been high.
Blood.
Yeah, so
yeah,
so that's one of those things. They'll probably, unless they get an accurate test, or you can blow in something, they tell you if you
Well, you heard rumors, like, of course, I get on social media, and there's always like talks about here they might be loosening up a little bit on cannabis, or the retirement now is like 35.
Yeah, well, I mean they've loosened up on that positive, like what we call drug and alcohol test, but it's just drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you go in and pee the next day, I mean, yeah, anybody will pee hot for alcohol, but I mean, they're not going to breathalyze you.
Just curious, because I mean, it's a changing world.
But
Right.
they've loosened up on it. Like it used to be, if you came in and tested positive for drugs, like that was it. Like boom, you're gone. Now, like you'll get maybe like a reduction in your rank, maybe an Article 15, and then you'll have a second chance. Now you're
And not pay or something.
and if you're like a repeat offender within 24 months, you do it twice, now you're gone.
Yeah.
It used to be first time, like
I remember going on my first deployment. A lot of people didn't want to go, so they would went and go do drugs and then come and take the what they call the piss test and fail just so they wouldn't have to go. And so that was probably one of the beginning. I mean, I was in the Iraq War, so that probably is what changed the drug leniency on,
yeah,
because they're like, hey, we're losing too many soldiers because it's our easy way out, and
Yeah.
so they changed it because it's a contract. I mean, you're enlisted, you join for 4 years, the government owns you for 4 years. Like, if you don't show up to work, they're coming to arrest you. So
You can bring that mic up just a little bit more.
yeah, I'm sorry.
You're good.
drooping.
Yeah, they'll come arrest you if you don't show up. So that's like, which is, I just think is crazy, and that's the hard part in the civilian world now. When you run a business and stuff, is people don't show up. There's nothing you can do but fire them and replace them. Military, they always show up until they don't.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of people that go, I'm done after the 4 years?
Yeah.
Nowadays.
I would say, I don't know. I mean, I should know this honestly with my job, but I would say that's kind of like what we call retention. Let's say if you sign, I enlisted almost probably 200 soldiers down here on the coast in 7 years, into the National Guard.
So you're pretty good at it.
I was number one in the state several times and number one in the country several times.
What's your hook? A catchphrase?
There was no catchphrase. It was
He's
just
sick.
He just lies to him.
no. So the thing is about like the National Guard, which is funny. That's a good stigma. Like a lot of recruiters do lie. They do,
Yeah.
and that kills them later on because once one kid finds out about it, let's say
your reputation.
let's say if your son was in high school,
Skunk works.
yep. Let's say if I enlisted him or lied to him, however I did it, right? Let's look at your Facebook page. Everybody that your family, everybody that the kid knows. I mean, they know 100 people easily, like really well, maybe 50. Well, they know this many people, and they're going to be able to be like, hey, this guy's a liar. Now you're destroyed in that community. My thing was, I shot it to you straight, told you straight, and treated you fairly. And that was my hook, is because I actually took care of them.
So it takes you 3 weeks to get a kid sent off.
Well, not sent off. I mean, it takes a little longer. But
What's the average age you've been getting in? You've been getting in 30-year-olds?
well, I've enlisted several 30-year-olds.
35?
Right now, I'm not enlisting anybody. I'm just over recruiters now. But when I was recruiting, most of mine were high school or college. But a lot of them, I mean, I'm still in contact with, I would say 60% of them.
Have you done a 40-year-old yet?
No, I did a 37-year-old out of Missouri for Special Forces.
And what is your title when people call you?
Master Sergeant.
Master Sergeant Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are Captain Smith.
Yeah.
That's how you say it, Captain Smith?
Yep.
Well, I mean,
or sir. Nobody really, like when you're officer side, they really don't address you by your rank. They just sir. So if they're addressing you by your rank, it's usually you're higher up and you're in trouble.
I told him when he went officer, I'd never salute him, no matter what.
Yeah, I don't think you have either.
Nope.
But he is above you, right?
Technically.
Technically, yeah.
Was.
But you have your special ops.
Yeah.
I wouldn't salute him anyway.
Oh,
I don't care if the biggest boss on. I mean, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't have done it.
Y'all, what do y'all like when y'all have family stuff? Y'all are both veterans of our United States of America, which is a great country. I mean,
We really don't talk about it much, really.
Yeah, we don't really get off into the military stuff.
We'll talk about a little bit of war stuff here and there, like what we think about it, but
Yeah.
other than that, we don't.
yeah, everything going on right now. I'll be honest with you, I don't pay attention to anything right now. Besides state legislative. Like I really don't pay attention. I'm more into everything World Star hip hop right now
Yeah.
and everything cooking food.
Yeah.
So I'm really big in the Instagram reels right now.
Yeah.
And if I see war stuff, I'm just like scroll over it.
Yeah.
Right now, just don't.
Bypass.
You go to the thing where you just see too much of it.
My algorithm right now is mostly people getting shot in Mexico for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, mine's like making hot pockets.
What happens is you leave your Instagram reel on one reel too long, and it goes over and over, and next thing you know, you pick your phone up, and everything's that reel.
I haven't even followed up with what's going on in the war. Have you?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, go into
So,
it. I don't
yeah, I'll
really know what the hell's going on. To be honest with you.
So I got a 30-minute drive to work every day. So I get on Twitter and listen to the newscast of what's going on over there. My opinion, honestly, is it's been a long time coming. I mean, Iran's been screwing around for 40-something plus years. They've killed I don't know how many Americans. I mean, they're responsible for probably 90% of American deaths over in Iraq. So, even though we're fighting a war with Iraq, it was Iran that was fueling all of it. So, my opinion, yeah, this should have been done a long time ago. It should have been dumped in this administration's lap, but it is, and that's part of it. So.
What's firing off all these fuel prices? You might know.
Yeah, that's straight. So fuel prices are all based on like
being scared.
The market rate, yeah. And so when oil is short in one place, it's going to jack the price up everywhere. So when that strait's closed right now, or open or closed or whatever it is, it changes by the day now because of the war, but it just messes up everybody's fuel. And so I can go off on a long tangent down a rabbit hole of why they did this.
I want to slide into the rabbit hole.
Okay. So Iran's been selling oil, don't supposed to be, but because they have sanctions, they've been selling oil to China and who's the other country?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah,
selling to Russia?
They've been selling it to China because China don't produce their own oil. So they've been selling to China under the table for cheap, which has allowed China over the past 40 years to make everything cheaper because they're paying unregulated fuel prices. So they're getting everything for cheaper so they can make it cheaper and then sell it to us for cheaper, which has killed the American economy. So this all boils down to the American dollar controlling oil. And so if that happens and the oil prices are equal across the world, then everybody has a fair shot of producing goods and making goods because energy runs everything. I mean, so you see a price of oil go up, then the price of groceries, the price of gas, everything goes up because that's how everything gets made.
Everything's made. I mean, your clothes, your tires, everything's made.
Everything's made with oil and everything gets to you from trucks.
Even smart cars are made in plastic.
Yeah. Well, to charge that smart car, it takes oil.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what runs everything. So, yeah, that's the whole driving factor of all this is one, we don't want Iran to bomb us with a nuke, and two, they're cheating the oil system. And they're cheating it at such an expense that it's hurting the rest of the world. So.
Well, I appreciate you filling me in on the damn. Hey, look, I'm telling you, I am not paying attention to any of this shit.
That's kind of the Cliff Notes version.
I try not to pay attention to it either.
You probably get some crazy emails though, or like
we get a little bit.
Do you think we're going to have a draft?
No, I don't think so.
And that's just your opinion.
Yeah, and like I said, I can give opinions on it. I can't really speak too much about my opinionated opinions on it, just because still being active.
I mean, you want everybody to join.
Yeah, absolutely. Still being active and stuff like the military is still safe to join. Anything that's going on over there is going to be handled by long range missiles, Air Force, Navy. No one's really in real danger. I think we've lost a couple soldiers. I mean, that's fracture side from any war. But as far as like an actual kid coming out of high school, joining the military. You're not going to Vietnam. You're not going to World War II. You're not going to World War One. Like, you're pretty safe. You're not going to Afghanistan. You're not going to Iraq. You're not getting sent to Iran. Like, you're safe. We're going to send you to training. You have more, and this is a factual statement, you have a more likely probability of getting shot in Chicago or Atlanta or New Orleans than you do getting shot in the military.
Or Jackson.
Do you have any kind of cool stories of any of the training you've been through?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I can tell you all. I mean, I can't
Tell them.
tell the ones
Go
you
ahead.
think you can tell.
Can you tell them SEER school?
I can't go off into how much. I can't go off into too much about SEER school. But I can tell you, a little bit of stuff. I mean, like,
Tell them about
SEER.
eating the roadkill.
Oh yeah, I can tell you about eating roadkill.
I got.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you a little bit about training.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Training's fun. For me, because you're paying me to go out and play soldier in the woods with a gun with
Which
a
is
bunch
what
of
we
other
did as
dudes,
kids.
which is basically how I grew up in the woods. I love to hunt, love to fish, all that fun stuff. So now you're paying me a paycheck and I ain't even got to spend it because I'm training. I get to save it all. That's great for me. But probably one of the funnest times I had in all of our training, it's called SEER School. People have to Google that. You're not going to get much on it. It's a basically a secret school that people have to go through, like pilots and special forces and things where you're subject to get captured by the enemy. So during SEER school, won't go off into it, but during a survival portion where you're having to survive, kind of like Naked and Afraid, not really Naked and Afraid, I would say more like Alone. We're starving, we're hungry, we're worn out, we're tired, haven't eaten for several days. On the run, doing what our thing, right? Won't go off into it, but we cross this road and it's an asphalt road. It's probably the first asphalt road we've seen in a few days. And as soon as we cross it, I just happened to look to my left and I seen a raccoon laid in the middle of the road. I was like, hold up, hold the fuck up. Stop what we're doing. They're like, what are you doing? I was like, we got to do this. I was like, no. I'm going to go over there and get that raccoon. Like, what are you talking about? They're like, it's dead. I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit. We ain't eating. Like, we're in surviving portion. I'm going to go get that raccoon. Went over there, kind of stunk, had some flies on it, didn't have maggots on it. I don't know how old it was, but it kind of looked kind of fresh. We're from South Mississippi. Like, if I see somebody that just hit a deer and it looks fresh, feels fresh, probably gonna cut the back straps out of it. No offense. I'm not leaving $100 pair of steaks sitting there on the side of the road. No offense. I'm just not doing it. Especially if I see the car hit it. I didn't see the car hit this one, but I went over there. I was just thinking, hey, fresh back straps. We about to eat tonight. So I picked it up, grabbed it, kind of stunk, threw it in my bag. About 14 hours later, we finally got to the raccoon that was in my bag, wrapped up in a brown t-shirt. And I would guess 4 or 5 days maybe, but it was cold, so it was safe. We ate it. Nobody got sick, and everybody was better for it because we ate it.
You needed the protein.
Oh yeah, we grilled it over a fire for sure. Like the whole thing, I skinned it, grilled it, everything.
How did it taste?
It tasted fucking terrible. There was no salt, no pepper, no onion, no nothing.
Oh
It
wait,
was
you didn't have
just
any like Cajun ponies, nothing.
I didn't have no.
You're not like one of the guys at Walmart that have Tabasco holders.
No, we didn't have MREs. We didn't have nothing like
Can
that.
you see your brother like walking around with like a hot sauce in his pockets, a Diablo?
Yeah, I mean, if I could have had it, I would have.
Oh,
I had my pocket knife, and then we had that raccoon.
Oh, you used a pocket knife.
Yeah, pocket knife. We literally lit a flint lit fire with kindling and everything. On surviving. Had to dig a hole in the ground. Had to cook it right there underneath the ground. Literally flipped it on a stick.
I like that story.
And they looked at me and because you have 3 partners or 4 people total. You have 3 partners, and we're in this little side of a hillside. And they're like, "You really gonna eat that?" I looked at them. I said, "If y'all ain't eating it," I said, "I will eat this whole fucking thing."
where were they from?
Oh, one of the guys was from Maine. One guy was from Alaska, and the other guy was from like Southern California. I know their names, but I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah, it makes
That's the thing about the military you see too is you're with all walks of life in the military. You're with people that grew up in inner cities, people like us grew up in the country. First question I got when basic training: Where you from? Mississippi. Y'all wear shoes down there? Yeah, we wear shoes down there. Guy was from Chicago, so his thought was we didn't wear shoes. So
the. Do you have any? So, in the last podcast we talked about like, you having your stroke after all this.
Yeah.
And how you're, how you handle it every day. Have you been having any progress with getting any, like, any kind of progress with that condition going on right now? Have you noticed anything a little more in your hand?
So I got way more movement in my hand now. Like last time, it was real slow to open and close. I've got to where I can do almost everything with my hand. I can actually write, which I couldn't really do before, but now I can actually write sentences and stuff with my right hand,
Do
which
you,
is awesome.
have you been doing any kind of like mind brain games, or what do you do to like get you kind of getting that exercise out? Like, do you try to just sit there and write?
Yeah. So what I've
Bourbon.
done for the longest,
Bourbon.
yeah, bourbon helps.
I'm just kidding.
So,
Sorry.
He did bring
Bland.
Bland's. He did Bland's right here.
Sorry.
Now, so actually, my wife bought me this little hand exercise thing, and so when I drive to work every day, I just do that exercise, and it's actually helped. The problem I'm at now is I didn't use the hand for so long that it kind of just freezes up sometimes, and so I got to remember that it works, and that's the hardest part. Like when you have a stroke,
Yeah, but from the last podcast you came on here, now your hands. I mean, his hands
yeah,
doing better.
Yeah, it moves like pretty good now.
Yeah, it seems like. I mean, I can tell right now. I mean, you're doing damn amazing.
Yeah.
Just don't over move it, then you'll lose your parking pass.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a parking pass. I gave that up. I was like, I'm not gonna be that person that parks in the handicap spot.
You couldn't do it anyway, so you work at your company.
Actually, I've actually had people come in the interview, and so our office is between two handicap spots. So I come in and park, and I see both handicaps are filled up, and there's a doctor's office, which is internal medicine, so a lot of older people go there. So I walk in one day, and they got 4 people in there interviewing, and I look at them. I walk back out to the cars, I look. So one of these people that's going to go take care of elderly and disabled people, not handicapped, parked in a handicap spot. So I was like, who drives that black Tacoma out, or not Tacoma?
Tundra.
No, it wasn't a Tundra. It was what's that SUV by GMC? Tahoe. Who drives that black Tahoe out there? She's like, me. I was like, you're not handicapped. She goes, that was the only spot. I said, no, get out. You're not getting a job today.
Yeah, that's kind of like people that don't put the what are they the grocery strollers out carts.
Yeah,
I hate them people that just leave them.
Yeah,
you can judge a person
by just that.
By that right there. Tell you everything I want to know about you.
Yeah, because like I'm like every time I see somebody trying to like just leave it, I just grab it.
That's probably how you should do your interviews now. It's like, hey, just go grocery shopping. I'm gonna watch you from start to finish.
Yeah.
So that's good. I mean, I was wondering about your progress. How'd this weekend go with the Crawfish Festival?
Oh, that's a sore subject. So, last year we did really good. But this year we were 2 man short, which I'm never doing that again with 3 people. That was a lot of work. But the crawfish came out good. We turned in some good crawfish. Honestly, the People's Choice Award goes to the team that gets the most votes from the people. But when a team brings 30 people with them and already bought their passes to get in, they got 30 votes ahead of everybody. So, of course, they won again, 3rd year in a row. And then there's another team out of, I can't remember where they're from, but they won again, 3rd year in a row. And it's like, I don't know, is this place rigged? Like, there's no way on a blind tasting that this team wins 3 years in a row, especially when you eat their crawfish. Like, they're good. They're not like something you're going to write home and tell your family about, but, they won again. So it's like, all right. But I think we did really well. I mean, everybody loved our crawfish. Everybody came back for seconds. So, and I enjoy cooking them and letting people eat them.
What's the name of the team?
Used to could.
Guys, would y'all be interested in coming back on the show?
Of course.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, I'm running these. This is a 45-minute show. This is what I'm trying to aim at now. We went at 45 minutes already.
Yeah, felt like I've been
Dang.
here for 3 seconds.
Yeah, but we're gonna have them back on, guys. Like and subscribe, and shout out to Nathan and Ethan Smith for coming on the show, and also check out Nathan's old podcast.